Hi folks, Gary Dunshee with Big Ben Saddlery with this month's Tack Tip. And this month I'm going to pick up where we left off last month with replacing conchos. Last month we did the screw-in concho like you find on roping saddles and that sort of stuff. And this month we're going to do one on slotted conchos like you normally see on cowboy rigs and ranch saddles. And on the slotted conchos, the strings that ties the saddle together comes up from the skirts, through the bar, through the leather buttons, and then they're bled, we call it, here on top. So we got to undo all that. And what I did a few minutes ago is I took liquid saddle soap. You can use Lexol, whatever you want to. I like this liquid saddle soap. And right here where the string is bled together, I like to squirt that in there and let it set about 10 minutes. And I did that about 10 minutes ago, so it ought to be ready to go. But you be sure and pull the string up and in between them and get it everywhere. And that lessens the chances that you're going to break one of these half-inch leather strings whenever you undo it. And so to undo it, I take a spike. You can use an ice pick or a Phillips screwdriver, whatever you've got. And you go through the string on top that has a hole in it. And you go through it, get that in there, and then you just get your strings where they're lined up, and then just put some pressure on it. Get it started out. Don't put too much pressure on it, you don't want to break a string. But you use a little leverage on that spike. Be careful not to mark your saddle up with the end of that spike. You get it started, you just pull it on out, and then there's one more bleed, and you do the same thing with it. Just go under the slot. Okay, now the bleed knot's undone, so what we need to do on this particular saddle, we're going to take this little leather button off. It's got double leather buttons. We're going to take it off. Now we're going to put our concho on. There's a difference in a concho and a leather button. This is the leather button. This is a leather button. Together they're double leather buttons. And something made out of metal is the concho. But if it's leather, it's a button. Okay, so run your strings through there. Be sure you've got them straight, not a twist in them or anything. You get to do it again. Okay, and then suck it down on there really, really good. And you don't have to pull the strings tight or anything because you didn't loosen them up down inside the tree. And then I like to use the spike and open that slot up. That just lets this string, run your string through the slot you just opened up. That lets it travel through there a little smoother. Pull it all the way through, work it around until you get it through the other slot, and setting, the width of it is setting horizontal inside the other slot. And now we're going to just open this slot up with the spike and run this one through it, the bottom one through the top one. Same deal, make sure your string's straight, not twisted. Get it through there, and then turn it where the string is horizontal in the slot of the bottom string. And you've got it sitting there, looks real nice, but you got a bump in it. And if you're using good strings, it's hard not to get a bump in it if they're good heavy 6-ounce, 8-ounce strings. So just take a hammer, tap it down like that. Good to go. Thanks for watching.